Hello everybody. I think we are going. Give it a second here to show up. There we go. Yes, indeed. Hello, hello. Let's see. My other part didn't come up. There we go. We are going to do some chalk couture with some vinyl, and it's removable. I don't know if that helps or if it's better without. I think it helps. Own opinion, okay? All right. First of all, welcome to Crafting Time. I'm Kathleen. I'm your coach tonight, and we are going to be using removable vinyl, and they're approximately 12 inches round. And if you're wondering what they look like, they're right up here. You can see these rounds up there. Those are all removable. They come easily off the wall, and they're very fun to work with. You keep your sheet once you remove them. They just simply remove, and then you put them right back on at the end of your season, and you can use them from time whenever you want. Now let me get that nice and flat again, because you know. So I gotta get my wrinkles out. You don't want no air bubbles in your vinyl when you're going to use your chalk couture. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. And as I'm fixing this, because you know I did remove it, I'd like you to like my page. I also would, you know, if you are on YouTube, I would like you to subscribe to my page. I could use some subscribers. I'm a fairly new crafter. I've been crafting all my life, but to be online like this, I've been doing it for about two years now, and I'm just starting to really start to grow, and so I would so much appreciate that. I'm just trying to get these little bubbles out. I have to re-lift it up. And then let me slowly lay it down because I flopped it down. Well, that's better. Gotta treat it like love, right? Little bits mean a lot. And I'm not using my fingernail, guys. I'm just using my finger to press out the little air bubbles that I caused to show you how it comes off and how easy you can put it back on. That looks like it's going to work. So you're going to be using your vinyl. This is what it looks like. And it's 12 by 12. We are going to, we have 3 transfers. This is Santa's belt. Okay. This is the second transfer, which is Santa. Now he has different kind of boots, but we're going with it. That's what they put on from Chalk Couture. And then this is his body. Super cool. The colors we are going to be using will be the Shimmering Frost. Very nice shimmer. We are going to use the Harvest Gold, Shimmering Gold for the buckle. We are going to use the Shimmering Shadow for the boots and his gloves. And let's see, I think those are the 4 that we're going to be using for the moment. And he's going to fit on this vinyl very, very light, smack in the middle. He's not going to be able to go anywhere. We are going to first start with himself, so we know about where we're going to put the rest of him. So let me get this edge off. And welcome, welcome. And I'm going to tip you down so you can see what we're going to do. Oops, maybe that's too far down. Okay, so here's your vinyl. This here is my fuzzing board, which I will show you what that is. And here is Santa. Now I'm just moving them slowly because my place causes a lot of static electricity, guys. It's real crazy, but maybe because I'm near my furnace. And I'm going to lay this down on here, and then I'm going to remove it. And we're going to do that several times. Okay, so I have it on here, and now I'm going to just take it off and do it again. I'm going to use the other side. It kind of grips a little bit better, I think. And you want to do this several times. Now, if you feel like your cloth is not removing enough for you, and you want it to be sticky but not over sticky, so let me tell you what the directions say for this while I'm doing this. It comes in a big sheet like so. And this is a size E, I believe. Yes, size E. And the directions say, sorry, I can flip it over to the other side so you can know what it says for directions. Survey your space, because you have 3 pieces, right? So you gotta get it all into one 12-inch circle. So you want to make sure your space is correct. Determine the number of projects that you're going to put with it. Now I'm just going to put Santa on that green disc, so we should be fine. And then select a surface that speaks for you to where you want to put it. Like I'll put it probably up on my wall. And then, of course, build your own design if you want different things along with it. Okay, so it's pretty simple. And it's like coloring. Now I'm going to flip this back over and see if I can get this side to take off just a little bit more. Now that I got it semi-defuzzed. Not very. I forgot how many times I did it, but I think this should be pretty well set for us. Now let's put this piece down. Let's see, I'm going to slide you back a little bit so you can hopefully see better. Probably won't see the top, but I will show you that. And I'm going to just simply get his boots on. That sounds funny, don't it? And just, those are going to be like right just past the tip of my circle. And I'm just going to make sure he's like correct. Oh, that's a little bit high there, so let's pull that back. I just want to just pass the circle. So I'm thinking that's about what I need. I'll lift that up, and I'm going to just slide, making sure that there's no air holes now, guys. So you don't want no air in your transfer. So I'm just sliding my hand, hi Yvette, right across this transfer. And it looks like I have more to that side. So let me reposition them. So I think I'd like to have them more centered, which I thought I did, but obviously that didn't work. So let me try that again. my circle just right in front of me so I can get it. And I guess that's what I find the hardest to do, is to do it right. So I'm gonna well, either way, it looks like he's gonna be maybe if I lean it this way. Guys, I'm so blind. There, that looks a little bit better, I think. His toe's right on the edge. But I think we got it. I'll just tilt him a little bit this way. Alright, so now I'm going to slowly lay it down. That looks a little bit better than what I had. Let's hope. Now, I just kind of want to take this one off its edge, and I want to just see if his hat, I'm not worried about the rest of them, it's more of his hat is going to sit on here. And I'm just going to lay it in my hands, I hope. I want to make sure. I think we got it. Great. This one has not been prepped yet, so we're starting with this. This is what it's going to look like, and we're going to chalk that first. Should be real interesting. We're going to be using black. Sorry, I'm using the shadow, shimmering shadow, because my black is at work. Kathleen brought it to work. Why did I do that? And then we're going to also be using the shimmering white, because my white is at work. Isn't that funny? We've been chalking at my work, and we're having such a blast. I work with senior citizens, guys, during the day, and kids in the evening, and then us in the later evening lately. So Santa's going to have some black gloves. You can do red too, guys. You can do green, whatever your way of Santa would be perfect. Don't have to do it my way. My way. Don't do it my way. And chalking, guys, is like putting butter on paper. It's very simple. Butter on bread, butter on paper. If you ever painted with butter, it's just hilarious. It's very, very much. So now when you chalk, guys, you're going to find some fun things with chalking. First of all, you're going to find you're going to be covering your whole picture, and it's not going to look like nothing. And I'll show you that in just a moment. You might think you have a big mess on your hands, but actually, the surprise comes at the end. Super cool. I'm making sure my shimmering gets through. And now we're going to check. I'm going to lift this up. Well, let me show you first. So see, like his boots don't look like anything, right? Nothing over fancy there. And his boots came out perfect. I'm going to lift this one up. And that one came out perfect. And now I'll show you upside down. They're perfect. I'm going to just lay that down. Trying to keep all those little air bubbles out. Now let's check his hand up here, because his hand just kind of didn't look right. But it also came out well. sure there's no air bubbles. And this hand now, I got little air bubbles here. But I do want this one to come up. Take a look. And that one looks very nice. So I'm just going to lay this back down as carefully as I can without any of the air bubbles. Found a piece of glitter, for crying out loud. Where did that come from? Like real glitter, not just glitter, but real glitter. All right, I'm going to need a wipe, because I like to wipe off my my piece, my scraper, my working tool. And I just noticed my spray isn't here. And then somebody's been talking. Just saw that, guys. Now we're going to use the black again, but later. So now we're going to the shimmering white, and that's going to be all of Santa's little white stuff. And look how pretty that is. Just gorgeous. And again, I'm just going to dip it in. Put a, well, I'm doing the largest area down here on his belly, so I put a chunk on, but you don't need to. And that's going to be his waistline. And don't be scared to use it, because you can go back and scrape it off. You have to get it through the screen. This is going to be super cute, I believe. And not because of it being just cute in itself, but on a piece of vinyl, guys, that I can move around. I can put it on any wall. This is removable vinyl. That's what I like to use. I just kind of want it smooth. I don't want all those lines in it. In my scraper, guys, I'm using a small mini cut in half. So it's even minier, if that's a word. It's in my dictionary, but. Just like so. I might go back over it, because I get these lines sometimes. And it's just how my technique is. Oh, my box fell on my foot. There we go. We'll go back and smooth it out here in just a minute. Just making sure we got plenty covering it before we don't have to go back and redo everything again. Let me move it closer. Or farther up here, I guess. And if you get too much on there, guys, then you get these funny streaks, and I can show you what that looks like. When you have too much on, hope you can see, you get these little lines, so you have to go back and clean them up. And you don't want to scrape it completely off, but you want to take off as much as you can. And then we're going to check this spot. Just making sure it gets through that screen. That's what's really, really important. Keep dipping it instead of taking it off. Santa's going to be so cute. Can't wait to see Santa on here. Just going to take off a little bit more over here. You want to see your screen, but not so much that it's like taken all off. You want the white on there. try and be careful not to hit the black there. I'm kind of good at doing that sometimes. All right, let's take a peek at that little bit. And I bled through over here for some reason or another. We'll just snaggle that off. Nice. And I'm just going to lay it back down, being very careful. Now I'm going to turn it around so you can see the top. It's kind of hard to see when he's laying flat, and if I tip you too far down, then you don't see nothing. Alright, so now we're going to do his hand fluff. I'm going to be super careful not to touch that black. Though the black feels like it's dry. And I did double check. And now we're going to do his beard. And if you stay in one direction, you do okay, guys. I believe his whole face, I'm trying to remember here what Santa looks like in my head. If I brought this into my work, oh my goodness, I'd have all sorts of different colors for Santa. I have one lady that only likes purple and that's all she uses, so I would have a purple Santa. It's kind of fun. I'll be adding like snowflakes and things like that if you want. That's all up to you. They do have some little snowflakes on here, but I don't know if I'm going to do them. They're so little. I like big flakes. I'm just making sure it goes through my screen. Now let me show you what it looks like so you know about what you're going to have. Trying to take out those extra streaks. Right in this middle, I always get an extra line. I never know why. Okay. So this is what it looks like. See, it doesn't look like a whole lot, does it? We're going to take this off. And chalk paint dries fairly fast, friends, so, you know, just, that's looking good. Touched it. Try not to touch it. Not too shabby. There we go. Oh, don't I have any spray here? Just a second. I need to have some spray. That's an unusual situation for me. Yeah, put it like that. Well, I'm just going to take a wipe, guys, and I'm just going to lay it down on top of it because my spray is missing. And I want it to stay kind of moist so I don't have to soak it or anything like that. So I'm just taking a wet one and I'm just going to lay it on top of it to keep it moist. Need to read because he's kind of big. Hopefully this works. I never tried this before. I don't know where my spray bottle went. That's so strange. I always have my water bottle here. All right. There's always new trials and things Now look at Santa. Doesn't he look just adorable? It's a pretty nice picture there. It's going to be super, super cute. Now I'm going to just wipe this off, and then I'm going to take my dryer, and I'm just going to dry it somewhat, not a lot. And then we're going to use another we'll be using red, and this will be the candy apple red. And I'm going to be super careful not to get too close to the vinyl, because you know vinyl can melt. So I'm going to stay above it. I can see where I put my thumb. Gotta be careful. I'm staying way above it, just giving it that chance to dry. Not quite. We're not trying to melt the vinyl, just drying it. Not yet. That's what it's looking like. Now I'm just going to wave it in the air to get it to cool off. There we go. You don't want it hot. It's pretty dry. I'm always scared to touch it because, you know, it's still a little damp. What can happen is it won't I'll have my fingerprints. That's awful to have your fingerprints. See, now the bottom here is still kind of wet and getting little stuff on there. So I'm going to grab my dryer and just kind of dry that area. Again, staying pretty high so it doesn't melt my vinyl. Good chunk of wet there. It didn't have the bottom down, and that is what's happened here, so just a tad wet. Alright, I think we're good to go. So I'm going to set this aside for just a moment, and we're going to defuzz this other one. Now where did I put my fuzzer? And this has two sides, friends. One side is an absorption, so when you're cleaning it and you need to get it clean, you'll be using the the lighter side. The darker side is the side that you fuzz with, and that stops it from sticking so heavily onto your picture, whatever you're using, your surface. Some people might use calendars to do this. Super cool. Hi, brown-eyed girl. Glad to see you here. There we go. And I've used this once before, very lightly, and we had a good time with it. And then I ordered a new one, and I think this is my new one. I used them with some children. They gave me gray hairs, guys. Kids can do it, but sometimes you might not want. All right. Now we're going to just kind of wax over this just a bit. Let's see, do I have my wax in here? Where's wax? Boy, I thought I was all organized today, and I see I am not so organized. I don't know what happens to me sometimes. And I'm still using my cloth. This is just an old sock I use, guys, because my regular item that I use for waxing, now I'm just using it a bit. I'm going to put it over Santa, and then I'm going to flip it over and just kind of wipe it off. And then a little bit on his beard, because that's usually where I mess up. And if I don't put it on, guys, I have issues, so I put it on. Just make sure you don't get it on the vinyl for the next color. I think I did your hand, I don't remember. There we go. And that's all I do, just that little bit. But I ordered another waxing, and it hasn't come in yet, so I'm using that until it comes in. So now we got to make this fit on top of where we just left, and this sometimes is difficult. Don't let it overstress you out. You know where your picture is, so you're going to go right over Santa's face. That's what I like to tell people. Just a minute. Just had a touch. Try that again. I'm going to hold my breath. That's what Kathleen does. Looks like almost a perfect layout. Cover up that ball just a little bit. Now this part's going to be all red. I did it pretty close. I'm a little bit off. I don't think I can change much of that. Making sure I have no air bubbles around the area I'm going to do in red. Now his face I'm not going to do in red, guys. Let's see, what color could we do his face? Can't do white. Well, I have Dune. Dune could work for his face. Let's do that. I probably did this backwards, didn't I? I did. Now that I see the eyes. You can't have green face. We're not having a Martian Santa. So that would be kind of fun. So I got to be really careful going around those eyes. So we're going to do that part first. This brand new Dune, guys. It's kind of a not white, but not. So I have to be very careful around the eyes. So I'm going to turn them around. I'm off just a little bit. I can see it, but we're going to just do our best. So I'm going to be very careful, and I'm going around the eyes. In the eyebrow. Super cool. I should have thought of that first. It's funny how we do things second. But we're going to make it work. At least I'm going to try to make it work. Close that gap up a little bit. Get closer to the eyes. And if we have to, we can do the face again. I think we'll be all right though. I can touch that up with some white. And the rest is red. Right? Gotta think now that I made one error, right? All right. I'm just making sure I got a little air bubble down here, guys. I'm gonna put your cap. Sit there for a minute. Got a little air bubble down here. And we're gonna fix it before I mess it up. Because you can easily mess up crafts, guys. Well, maybe it's just my illusion. Oh, I feel an air bubble there. But I think it's far enough off the side that we can tighten that so tight. All right. Candy apple red is what the color I'm using now to do Santa's hat. And I'm going to stay above that. I didn't need that much there. Hold on. I'm going to stay above the white line that I see here. I wiped it all off, goodness sakes. And this is a 3-piece transfer, meaning it's taking 3 different transfers to make this Santa. Now, I'm not going to lift his face up yet. We're going to do that in just a second. Before we do the bottom. Oops, don't lift the transfer up. Okay, that is looking actually fairly okay. So we're going to touch up those eyebrows, but we got to face it. We're going to add a little finesse. Now I'm going to put this back down. I'm going to leave that. All right. Now I'm going to make sure all this is flat. Looks, I feel a bump here. Ah. Look. Don't want anything under your transfer, guys. If you have things underneath your transfer, you're going to have a few issues otherwise. All right, so let's do his arms and his body. This should be pretty simple to cover. I can't wait to see this when it's all done. Make sure you go up and over your edge. And the reason is if you stop just before your edge, you might be cutting off part of your picture. So you want it, make sure you go over your edge. And I know it doesn't look like much, but the results are underneath. Keep telling yourself that. Some people don't believe it, that you can make such a nice picture. I need a haircut. With making a mess first. This might feel like making a mess to you. I know when I started doing this, I like to be neat, and this was kind of like sloppy compared to some of my crafts. So make sure you go over your edge. Don't worry about what it looks like on your stuff. You're going to wash that off. Don't panic. And it's easy to do. Somehow that side got dark. How did that? Okay. Amazing. Okay. And that so far looks like that. So it doesn't look very good right now, but underneath it's going to look just great. Hang in there. I'm just going to go back over this area. Try to take out some of those heavier lines that maybe show up. Maybe you press too hard. I'm kind of a presser. I sometimes press hard and cause myself more work. All right, let's do his legs. So we don't have much left on this transfer. And I hope I have those boots lined up. Because that's what I gauged it on. Super cute. Doesn't look like much right now. But wait till I take this off. We only have his belt left to do. And then maybe maybe a couple touch-ups. We'll see. Let's try it all out on me. And when you do this, friends, make sure you have your water with you. I left my spray somewhere. I usually have all my stuff here. All right. See how it lifts off? Very easy. So you want to hold that down and gently pull. And I like to pull. Now this side should come off like so simple. Because we lifted it up once already. Oh, he's adorable. Looks kind of rustic. Ooh, the boots lined up perfect. Yay. Look, guys, looks good even without the belt. Look at that. I lined that up pretty good with with the boots. I never saw Santa with that tight of boots on before, but hey, a boot's a boot. He looks cute. He looks better than I thought. Now I'm going to dry that again. And then we have his belt to do. And I can tell you a secret with this too. If you use vinyl, vinyl's fun to work with. Lots and lots of fun. But there's a couple of things you gotta know about vinyl. One, heat melts it. I've told you that already. The second part of vinyl is if you wash it, make sure you don't use bleach. It will destroy your vinyl. Something to think about. Those little add-ins that doesn't come with instructions until you do it, and then you have to figure it out. Looking good. I'm just going to dab this around a little bit here. It's like I had it bubble. I have to go back up and touch that. It was a big bubble. I popped it, and now I got a fingerprint. Look how cute this is. Just super cute. I'm just letting it cool off here. Super cool. Now look at his face. You see that? You can see the details of his face. It's pretty cool. Absolutely like it. Making sure he's not. It's feeling dry. Now we're going to wax that. We have his belt, and that's going to go somewhere right there. And we got to fuzz that just a bit. And I'll just do it right up here as he's cooling off. And we're going to wax that belly just a bit, not a whole lot. This one's not very sticky. It's not sticking. Yeah, it's not sticking. Interesting. Set that there for a second, and let's wax just the belly. And then we have a cute Santa. This wax feels dry. It's not my general waxer, guys. But we don't want it to take the paint off. Now I flip it over and I just kind of rub off the excess. And it does kind of change the color a little bit, but don't let that bother you. No clothes is ever looking the same. All right. Now I did kind of want to give him a gold buckle. They don't give me no instructions here. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit up, a little bit down. And I think we should have that according to the design. So we are using the, I like the Harvest as my gold, so that should be pretty cool to look. You know, it's just the right gold, I think. And it's just the buckle. Hopefully I got this in the right spot. And down on the bottom here. Now this is a different kind of buckle. I might add my own little touch in there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to add my own little touch. I like a full covered buckle. Like, you know, when you put your strap through. So I added one side buckle. It's going through the buckle. Let's see what that looks like. And now I'm using my shimmering black. I gotta be careful I don't hit my gold. And friends, you can make your own. You can do this. You can do this where you're don't have to have it politically correct if you don't want to, because it's your own craft. So if that buckle is not right for you, it might be right for someone else. Is it right for me? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about this. Just scraping off the excess. All right, let's cover some of these up before I stick my whole elbow in it or something. I bet nobody's ever done that, right? I could teach you lots of tricks of how to make a mess if you ever want to learn. All right. Super. And there you have Mr. Santa Claus. Look at that. Isn't that stinking adorable? Looks a little vintage. I don't think I'm going to fix much. I have a little spot here. Actually, it feels like wax. Wasn't even paint. How about that? Paste. I think it came out perfect. Look at that. Nice, huh? Like that? I hope so. Guys, chalk couture is so fun, and it's exciting because when you pull it off, look, we have a very, very beautiful Santa. Very, very fun. Absolutely love it. Well, friends, I hope you like this. If you're interested in any of these products that I just used, please, message me or put in there Santa Claus, and you will be able to get them as well. There are different kinds of chalks. I use Chalk Couture, but there's other brands out there. They're all similar, not always perfect. He's cute, and his boots do look tight. I think so too. I never saw Santa with that tight a boot. He must have Mrs. Claus boots on. I don't know. They're cute though. It's different. I've never seen him that way before. But anyway, he is adorable. And I don't know if you can see his face very well, but see how his face came? That's a pretty good shot. Turned out really nice. Now, I might have to His belt didn't quite make it to the end of his edge. So I'm just gonna, and I just saw it, take just a tiny bit, get my shadow out of there, and bring it right to the end of his jacket. Where's my Q-tips? I don't trust my fingers. I'm too clumsy with Q-tip. I need a Q-tip. This was the most best investment a crafter could have. Just a little bit of a swiggle and a swaggle. Looks like so. Now isn't that cute? Now his belt goes all the way around. And see, his belt looks nice. It looks like a natural belt. In one side, out the other. Now, I see that it kind of like smeared there, so I'm just gonna, again, just a tiny taste, as I call it, and I'm just gonna clean that up by just adding that little bit on the edge, and now it doesn't look like it's smeared off that edge. The rest, I think, looks awesome. I don't think I could have done it any better. Super cute. Love it, love it, love it. Came out nice. Now, this can, in about 5 minutes, because I always let mine sit, can go right up on the wall. He's not going to get a bowl or anything. Maybe I'll stick a present on it. Do I have any presents here? Here's my little jug. Or I can give him a candy cane. Oh, there's my jug. Or I can give him a Merry Christmas sign. I don't have my hot glue on. But he could have the Merry Christmas. Maybe if I had it up the right direction, you could probably see it, the Merry Christmas, in his hand, and have it going off, you know, into the white of your wall or whatever color wall you have. Or have it down by his other hand. It's an idea. I probably won't do that one. You can give him a present that he can be holding in his hands. That gets kind of heavy. It might pull on your vinyl. So I think a simple little candy cane would be perfect. I could get one out. And this one has a tip off already, but we're going to just kind of snaggle that off. And I'll probably just put that candy cane, very lightly glue a tiny candy cane in his hand. You know, just showing something. Super cute. What do you think? Just got on, and what a darling Santa. Now, have you ever, Lori, ever seen Santa with that type of shoe? It just makes me laugh. I never have. It's cute. Now, I'm not going to use hot glue to stick this on. Because hot glue will melt your vinyl. So I'll probably just use Crafting Extreme Glue and just glue that right onto his hand. Hopefully my glue is working tonight. And check it. Yes, he came out super cool. This is the most hardest glue. Maybe my other one's more workable. It's funny how glue bottles are so, yeah, this one's coming out. I'm going to put it right on his thumb and down his edge. Now that's going to dry clear. So I'm just going to hold it down so it really sticks. And it will dry clear. I'm just going to hold it to make sure it doesn't slide. But super cute. Now he did that because I let go. Can't use that cloth. And it had to just fall right on my paper, my vinyl. Fix that. Let them dry. Super cute, but I've never seen Santa with these kind of boots. When I got it, it was just funny for me. I was laughing really hard. I suppose it's probably back in the 1930s or something. Airframe time or something. It's just not the new modern, you know, I might be old, but I'm not that old. This is just soap and water. That's not what I use on my transfers, guys. I use distilled water. But on my tools like this, I use that. Well, this takes just a few minutes to stick. I usually go up to a half hour. I'm sure it's not stuck yet, so we're just gonna leave them sit. But very cute. I have to say I like them. Came out better than I thought. And with a candy cane on, now you're gonna put a bow on that candy cane. Just the way it is. Let's put my stuff back in my little box so I don't lose them all. But very fun. But if you're interested in learning how to do Santa and, you know, follow this video, and you can get this transfer on chalkcouture.com/Crafting Time Kathleen, just like Facebook is, and you can get this transfer. Now that's going to have to dry. It's just, I can't use a dryer on that. It doesn't bond as well. That's still good, so we'll use that one again. So, well, I hope you had fun with this. Thanks for coming, everybody. Yes, I noticed the shoes right away. Very vintage look. Yes, yes, very vintage. I think you're going back into the 30s. I'll have to ask my residents. They would tell me. They're always telling me things. I'm glad you made it on. Yvette loves it. Thank you, thank you. Della says he looks cute. Boots do look tight. Brown Eyed Girls are here. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Santa Chalk to removing vinyl. And that's what it is, the removable vinyl. They do come off. Now, I can show you up there so you can see for yourself that they do come off very easily. Let me just slide this over. Now watch up here on the wall. I'll tip you. Whoop. Almost pushed it off the table. Sorry. And I'll do the reindeer one. Oh, I got you like way up in the air now. Goodness sakes, you can't even see. There we go. That's better. And you just grab a side And my bows, when I put them on the wall, I don't connect the bow to my vinyl. I leave it off and just use my hooks. And then you just peel slowly. Don't stretch it, just peel it. And I collected other things. And it has static. Well, goodness sakes. What is that from? Go ahead. I don't know. But it goes just like that. And then you would put that on your disc. Let's see. I had your disc somewhere. But you would just replace it right back on to your disc, and then you'd have it for next year. And I sell them 2 for $20. I don't know where I got all this paper off of. Super cute. Oh, maybe it's the ornament. Maybe I pulled off my ornament. And then I put my bow back up on top of it. And if anything does pop off, guys, you have your chalk paint that you can chalk couture right back over it or wash it off with just water. And you can chalk back over it once it's dry and make some really awesome pictures. And that's what's kind of nice about these washable vinyls. You can wash them off with soap and water, let it totally air dry, and then you can make another picture. I've done several like that. Here's a couple other ones I've done recently. This one says joy, love, peace, family, believe, laughter, harmony, together, memories, greetings, happiness, holiday, traditions, and Christmas. And a little water, just a little while ago, I got a little bit of stinking water right there, and it messed up my word. And that's how easy it's to wash off, guys. Just water. So that one I have to fix. Here's another Santa that I did. It says, here comes Santa. Whoops. Here comes Santa Claus and North Pole mail. Looks like so. Really cute. And the mail has a little mail, let's see, we're going this way, wings on it. Now those are done about a couple weeks ago. This one says, I heard the bells on Christmas Day. Right here. Whoop. Which way? This way. There you go. And I used the bottom for the tray, tier trays. And then the top is a second transfer that I used that said Christmas Day. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, and these are 2 little bells. Super cute. This is Santa Claus is coming to town, and it's just Santa and his hat. That's how we did it. Super cute. And then, of course, those ones up there, I have the reindeer, and then I have the one that has a reindeer with the saying, may you never be too old to search to believe, or something like that. To believe in Christmas Eve. So, super fun, super cute, fun ideas. They're very nice. And look, I think that's stuck on now, so I can hold it up, and that's what he will look like. And these are for sale, 2 for $20. He's ready to go. And like I said, if for some reason the chalk paint peels off, sometimes I'll tell people to do a sealant on them, especially if they're going to be not rewashed off. If you're not going to wash them off a second time, then you want to use a sealant maybe. If you are going to wash them off later on, say for the next season, like we have Valentine's Day coming, we can wash these off and, you know, do some Valentine hearts on them or whatever. That's coming, guys. This year has gone fast, and New Year's just knocking on our door. But super cute, super fun. This will wash off as well. I might have a little divot there from it, from the glue. That's kind of normal. But I can wash this off. If I had my paint here, I would show you, because I'm going to have to redo. I wanted to redo that reindeer that I just took down anyway. But anyway, I hope you had fun. I hope you like this. This has been very fun. And, you know, when you use 2 to 3 pieces of transfer to make a cool picture, hey, it's always a blessing when it turns out. So, everyone have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's, yes, I'll be here tomorrow for sure, 8 o'clock. And then on Thursday, friends, I'm going to be doing a late night and early morning. I work the evening. We're having our resident holiday party, gala or whatever it's called, something like that. I don't know, it's just a lot more work that day. So I'll be on early in the morning from probably between 8 and 11. And then maybe that night I would like to do a sale on Thursday night. Maybe I'll also do a sale on Wednesday. So I'll look forward to that, to make sure you come. And I would also like to come on Thursday night and do a couple crafts. My hair is just too long here, guys. It's just like itchy. It's in my face. So, all right, guys, have a great night. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow.